Oh, you're listening to another episode of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, where I get to talk about everything that I normally don't get the chance to talk about in my regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you guys can all find on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, the whole 9 yards there. And we are back with Outside the Shop. I have missed you guys. What we're going to be doing to kick off Outside the Shop again is my top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL. So I just wanted to give you guys a little general rundown of how I'm going to do this list, right? So things I take into consideration: size, athleticism, accuracy, scrambling, arm talent, pocket presence, leadership, clutchness, ability to play in the elements. Uh, we will see a mix of quarterbacks on this list, and there'll be some quarterbacks that aren't on this list. Every quarterback who I think reasonably will play at some point during this NFL season is on this list. So guys who I don't expect to play at all won't be on this list. So sorry to guys like Case Keenum. Sorry, my guy, you will not be on this list. Things that we're going to really dive into and things that won't matter as much for me. Quarterback wins. Not going to take a whole lot of time. That's not going to mean a whole lot for me, right? Quarterback wins will not. MVPs will not mean a whole lot for me. Also, Super Bowl MVPs, none of that. It's just going to be what I've evaluated based on the film, what each individual player is asked to do, what talent they have on their team, their coaching, et cetera, their physical abilities, their plays they make. Of course, we're taking into account their strengths as well as their weaknesses. That's how we're going to decipher which players are better than others. Now, I also want to get into this production versus projection. There will be some projection, right? For example, guys like Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, those guys we can reasonably assume are on the upward trajectory, right? So that will be taken into account. A guy like Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow as well, those guys are on the upward trajectory. Jalen Hurts, upward trajectory. So those guys will be higher, could potentially be higher, right? And guys who are older, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, stuff like that, guys who maybe are plateauing or getting worse, those guys could be down lower. But make no mistake, the biggest thing we'll be looking at is the film, what each player does well, what they don't do well, and what happened last year. But projection will be taken into account. Uh, and that's all I want to get into for this. We're going to start the quarterback rankings, the top 40 on Monday. I can't wait. It's going to be super fun. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.